Hello my friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with a new video for a new pathway that I am taking in 2023. I had mentioned in an earlier video that I did a bazaar. I revisited the depth of feeling and process that goes into creating mixed media and art journaling for me. So I have decided that I'm going to be dedicating some of my time and energy to creating a little bit more mixed media. I'm going to be doing an art journal, so I'm going to do regular art journal tutorials, process videos basically. So I have been without power, like we had the holidays and there's sickness and there's stuff, and then we lost power, and so the day we lost power I sat in here to candlelight and put this journal together because I needed to do something. So I wanted to do it on camera with you guys, but you guys have seen me buying books before, so I wasn't too terribly concerned about it. But I wanted to show you what I did and then what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and set some of this stuff aside really quick. And we'll talk about all this in a moment. So basically what I did is I followed the same process that I would have done making just a regular junk journal or handmade journal. So I took some chipboard. This is a pretty heavy duty chipboard. I don't know if you can see that by the sound and the thickness there. I will link it in the supply list over on my blog, and a link to the blog can be found in the description box. So what I did is I created my front and my back and then a spine. So let me grab my little note about the size. So the paper inside measures 7.5 by 10.5. It is watercolor paper, and again I will link that in the supply list. The cover is 8 inches. 8 inches by 11 inches. The spine is 1 3/4 inches, and that's because I wanted plenty of room for that to expand. So I did 5 signatures with 3 pieces of watercolor paper in each signature, and it has a hidden spine. So what I did off camera is obviously I went ahead and I used my Tyvek tape and I secured this the front and the back to the spine, and then I went ahead and bound 5 signatures, again 3 pages each. And this is pretty heavy duty watercolor paper. It's 140 pound, so it is pretty robust paper. And then here's my spine, my hidden spine. So the reason why I did the hidden spine for a couple of reasons. One, I want to try to protect the actual spine of the cover, and that's going to help me do that. So a lot of the absorption can go into this rather than down into the cover, if that makes any sense. So that being said, what I'm discovering, because I haven't created in over a week, I've been uninspired, just completely burned out and uninspired and struggling with joy, struggling with ambition, struggling with direction. And so I'm going to be returning to a little bit of a slower pace. I'm still going to be doing junk journaling. I'm still going to be making journals, but I'm slowing down a bit and being a little bit more deliberate in what I choose to make. And so my art journal will be a reflection of that. And so I'll be doing double spreads. So basically I would open this page up and I would begin to create. And you can see I do have my signature strings, which is fine. And so that's the deal. But I didn't want to put this in until I have done the cover front and back on this. So I think what I'm going to do is today we are going to go ahead and just collage the front. We may do both, the inside and the outside. We'll see how it goes. It would be nice to just get it all done. And I just picked a random bits of scrap paper from my stash. This was my template for my hidden spine. And so that's what we're going to do. And then I wanted to give you a sneak peek into page 1. I'm hoping to be able to get it done for the first Sunday in the new year, which is January the 1st. So I picked some papers, some images from a magazine, and they've got just these beautiful images. Like, this is like a junk journal. I don't know if you guys can tell that, but here I see the closure and I see a button, and I just thought it was really lovely. And it's got these beautiful elements that we use in the studio, and it was so inspiring. And then this is another piece of it that I thought I would incorporate as well. And then I'm debating on some other bits here. I don't want to overdo it. I'm actually leaning more towards the subtlety of that as an extra piece, but we will see. May not need it, but I thought I would just pull a bunch together. This is another piece from the page. So probably not going to use these. I'll set these aside for another project. So let me just do that now, just to not confuse myself. And then there's a couple of little other images here that were part of pages that I really liked that I thought we would incorporate. So I will be doing that in another video. So let me go ahead and get going here. So again, I'm just going to set the journal itself aside. We don't need that right now, and I'm going to go ahead and get my cover out. So I was working on a project that I did not, well, I did film it, but I did not edit it and put it on the channel because it was me in a space of not being able to really track or be very sensical in what I was doing to make it useful to anybody watching. So I decided to not do that. But I had all this extra paint. I had all this extra gold paint and this raw umber paint. So I thought this would be pretty to collage with too. So I'm just going to go ahead and separate these out a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and just get going. I thought that collaging would be the best way to cover up this Tyvek tape because it's terrible. It's just terrible. So I'm hoping that, yeah, things like that are going to cover it just fine. So let's go ahead, and this is the front. So let's start with the front, and I've got my Liquitex matte medium, and I'll set this to music in part, but I will hop back in if there's anything I feel like I want to share with you. So I'm just moving that over to the side because I just spilt a bunch of it on my desk before I turned the camera on. So that was not fun. So let's see. I've got some, these are digitals from Ruby and Pearl, and I printed them on some of my coffee dyed paper, and I thought they would be really pretty to go in here. That's not going to work though because I need to be able to wrap it around to the inside as well. So I think I'm going to tear these down a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the music on and let you enjoy the play of paper tearing and gluing. So when I do the first page in my art journal, I will be talking about my word for the year. I've been praying about it and thinking a lot about it, doing some reflective reading to kind of find my inspiration. And I think I'm going to be choosing curiosity and or adventure. They're kind of the same, but I really want to enter into a different place of inspiration that is more resonates with my heart and my soul, as well as something that slows me down a little bit and helps things to be a little bit more valuable in my process. So I love making journals, but there's a certain pattern to it that feels very almost, I don't want to say industrial because my journals are very personal and they have a lot of special things about them. So they're not, I'm not saying that in a bad way at all, but they don't touch my heart the same way. They don't invoke those same things for me. So I need to return to that place of just being kind of one with my soul and being in tune with patterns and heart and all of that stuff. So hopefully that's not too crazy deep for you all. But I've got a bunch of pieces here. Let's just go ahead and get started. I may have enough. I may have to tear more. So let's just see. I think I want this one to be on the front right here. Actually, I'm going to need to tear that too because I don't want it to take up the whole front. So enjoy the music. So as is usual for my collage process, I do try to break up the patterns and the tones in the paper. And I'll secure those the pieces I'm wrapping behind, I will secure those here in a little bit. Let's save that one. And let's see, let's get some of this music business in here. So this is chipboard, so it is absorbing some of the fluid here, and we're getting some bowing of it. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of bouncing here, but that is okay as well. So I'm just gonna stick that up there. We'll have to wrap something around that. We'll have to wrap something around that top bit. We can come from the other side and capture anything we missed. It's a great way to use collage papers, and then basically what I'll do with the cover is I'll just create an entire design on front with, you know, the texture paste and all the yummy stuff that I like to do. So that's the current plan. So we need some other color in here, I feel like. Let's see what I got here. We've got this piece of paper, which would be lovely. Let me put that right there. Sorry if some of this gets off camera. I don't want to fold it while it's on top of here. I am still sick. I could never have imagined I would be this sick for this long. It's just been ridiculous. So still coughing, still just exhausted, and all of that. Our Christmas was good, other than we had an ice storm, so everything was really odd and irregular. I was not able to get my sister here, which broke both of our hearts because we haven't shared a Christmas together in over 25 years. But we couldn't do it. I mean, the roads were just a sheet of ice. My husband wouldn't even drive in it to go get her. So it was really hard. It was really a bummer. Made me very sad. Made her very sad. You know, but what do you do? There's nothing you can do. Some things are just beyond our control. So I'm just trying to figure out how to chop some of this stuff up so I can use it in pieces here. Oh, I guess I could have used a larger piece up at the top, though. We've got this whole area that needs covered. So let's see what we've got here. Just all over the map here. I kind of like that, though. Let's use it. Juliet 1921. I believe this is a scrap from Ruby and Pearl. I'm hoping this matte medium is going to adhere to this Tyvek tape okay. Not giving me too much trouble. So let's get that in there. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Pretty. And I am using my matte medium. I know I've mentioned this before, because it is a glue, it's an adhesive, but it is also a sealer, so it's going to seal the surface and prepare it for future layers, so that's why I prefer it. Okay, so that is lovely. Let's see what else we can get in here, though. Oh, this is pretty. I don't want to cover all that up, though, so let's stick it over here. We'll fold it over. I think this is just from a digital I was using. I thought it was really pretty. So let's just stick her right there. Yeah. Do need to get something in here. I don't want any of the chipboard showing, so let's see what else I've got over here to my side here. We've got a little bit of green bits. Not sure if I'm really hip on the green, so I'm going to pare that down a little bit. Get some of this in here. Yeah. The others I had tore with my tear ruler just because that's how I like to start, but you certainly can just do a rough tear. It's not a big deal. So I'd love to hear how your holidays went. By the time you see this video, barring losing power, not losing power rather, you will have already seen, I will have already done the, nope, I would not have done the drawing. The drawing for the grant, for the prizes for the 22,000 subscriber giveaway is happening on Monday the 2nd. So these videos will air first because we're still a little ways away from that. And so if you want to be part of that drawing, go ahead and go back and watch some of the videos, look at the description box, and you'll see all of the qualifications for the drawing so that you can be prepared and be entered. And then those journals and bits will go out, and it's going to be fantastic. I love, love, love giving stuff away. It's my joy. So let's go ahead and wrap this one around too. And then we'll dry this side really quick so that we can go on to the next side. So let me just finish this up and I'll be right back. Very nice. Just one more piece up here in this one corner, and then we'll be ready to dry this. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got that we can throw up there? We've got a little piece of this. I think this is also from Ruby and Pearl. Let's see. Let's go this way. Let's straighten this edge so that it can be straight with the edge of the page in this case. Oh, come on, tuck back there. Like so. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this really quick, and then we'll flip her over and do the other side. I realized I forgot to add any of this paper, so I do want to add a little bit of this paper that I was talking about. I think it will be really pretty. Sorry about that, guys. Just stick it in here. Create a little bit of a dark passage here too, which will be lovely. And I'm just going to put 3 pieces just because that's that kind of artistic rule or suggestion or whatever you want to call it. Let's go in here. I don't want that to be quite so wide. I don't want it to take away from everything that's right here. There we go. Now I will dry. Okay, I am going to go ahead and proceed. This is not completely dry, but I think we're going to be all right. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this over. I'm making sure that I've got it going the same direction, the right direction. So I'm going to start by getting in here and getting all these bits glued down before we move on here. So art journaling is a fantastic way to explore your heart and your soul and your your intentions, your goals, your attitudes, your dreams, your struggles. We're going to be doing a lot of variety in art journaling. We're going to be doing some work with napkins, tissue paper, probably transfers, things like that, just to kind of really have fun. I tend to be a pretty harsh critic of myself when it comes to art journaling, so I'm hoping that I can free myself of that as well, so that it's not so it's not so bad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the music on and go ahead and put all these papers down. I don't mind the wrinkles. If that bothers you, you can use a credit card or something to kind of make that not happen. I don't worry about it too much. I'm also not too worried if I missed anything around the edges. It's going to be okay. It was mostly just to not have any paper that's like raw and unraveling there. So, but this should be fine. Just fine. Love this paper. Again, this is a digital printed on my coffee dyed paper, which I love. I think I'm going to have to replace my printer though. It's about 4 years old and it was a cheapie, and it's just not pulling the paper in, and it's jamming and all kinds of nastiness. There we go. I don't mind the wrinkles, so I'm just going to go with it. Embrace the wrinkles. You know, kind of like when you're old. You can either, kick and scream because we're turning gray and whatnot, or we can embrace the story that our wrinkles tell us, right? I'm proud of my wrinkles and my gray hair. Don't mind it at all. I earned it. There we go. I'm going to finish up here, guys. we just have one more spot here and then we will be done. I'm thinking about just using this, actually we'll use this music page. Didn't quite get my whole, you know, my whole like 3 of everything kind of thing. So we will fix that. And so I hope that you'll check back for the next video. It will be probably my Sunday's Art of Truth again, barring that nothing happens that gets in my way of recording that video of my first journal page in this journal, my first journal spread. And so, and I guess what I'd like to leave you with, because I know that the greater population of my subscribers are journal makers, so I want to encourage you to think outside of the box. So what I've done when I want to do art journaling and I want to do junk journaling as well is I'll do a spread and then I'll take a photo and I'll use that photo, that copy, in my junk journal. So you can also do like mini art journal pages within your art journal. I mean, within your junk journal or your journal making that you're more accustomed to doing. So it's not black and white. It doesn't mean that you're just, it's not art journaling or making a journal. You can do both. They can, and that's what I'm exploring for myself. So I think that we are good here. And let's just look at this other side. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at this. This is going to be an amazing cover. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go until next time. I hope that you'll check back. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.